Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
Jerry.
And Linda. And Gizmo.
We're the Village's Newcomers, and we've been bringing you these shows for about a year and a half. Today we learned something new we want to share with you. But first, last week actually just a few days ago, we got to 14,000 subscribers thanks to Walter Moore. Thank you, Walter Moore, for being our 14,000 subscriber. Thank you very much. And so let's do this. When we get to 15,000, whoever is our 15,000th subscriber, let's do something special.
Like what?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll figure that out, but try to be our 15,000th subscriber if you're not already a subscriber. Also, a cool thing came in the mail the other day from
Lucy and George from Staten Island, New York, were so kind and so creative.
Look what they did.
Look what they did.
Lucy made us a gizmo.
I got a gizmo.
Look at that. Is that awesome? And he loves it. Look, it's sitting there with him today, and he just loves it.
He wants it.
Which one is the real gizmo? How cool is that? That is special.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for that.
He feels like he's got a friend now.
Indeed. Today we're going to share this with you. This is the Village's residential directory. I'm a little embarrassed to say that we've lived here almost a year and a half, and until just recently, we didn't realize that the answers to so many of our questions are in this book, the Village's residential directory. Now, it's a pretty thick book, as you can see. Where did we get this?
Driveway, I think.
In the driveway. It appeared in the driveway one morning. So it's free. So I thought from the mail we get, this would answer so many of your questions. I called the office today to ask, how does someone get this? And you have to be a village resident, a Village's resident. So you can't get it if you're not here. But we're going to share a little bit of the information with you, and just to make you aware that it's here. If you come to a lifestyle stay, you could probably get your hands on one. If you rent down here, you could get your hands on one. It's definitely worth looking through. As you look at the cover, you can see the new bridge. That's the bridge near Brownwood. And now they've had another one just like it placed down near Rohan and Chitty Chatty, that area. But if you open it to page 1, you'll see the Village's app. You go to the App Store to get that app. And what is the benefit? That app will tell you what's new in the Villages, destinations, but probably the most often used part
is to where you can find new homes and new villas. You look up the website and they take you through the homes. You can see pictures of them and how much they cost. It's amazing.
And probably 3 or 4 times a week we will get an email that says, do they have any homes for such and such dollars? And I always respond, go to the App Store, get the Villages app, type in a max of 250,000, 300,000, whatever it is, and it will tell you how many homes. And you just click on the one you want to look at and it has all the particulars, really nice.
So villagers or people that are not living in the villages can get this Village app.
Anybody can get it.
Oh.
Anybody can get that app.
Wonderful.
Right. There is an app, it's very similar, but it's a pay app. You'd pay, I think it's $6.99, I'm not sure. You can type in Bonifay Country Club and it will take you there by car, or if you choose to go by golf cart, it has a golf cart route. Really nice. So that's the first page in this book. The second page, our recreation and parks page, it has the dog parks. There are 6 dog parks in the Villages. They're all listed here with the address and some rules and regulations. But there are some rules here that they want you to know. I'm going to put on my glasses and just read you these rules because you can't get the book. But it says, all dogs are required to be on a leash at all times. Dogs are not allowed off leash on any athletic field or other public area. It's a pet-friendly community. That's the first thing it says, and it sure is. Now, in the Villages, if you have your dog out, walking down the street, you're walking on a trail, you're walking on the sidewalk, you have to have your dog on a leash.
Yeah.
but not
In the dog parks.
in the dog parks. That's where they can run free.
Yeah.
Now the dog parks, I know ours does. I think they all have 2 sections, don't they?
Most of them do.
For dogs over 30 pounds and dogs under 30 pounds, is that it?
I think so.
And of course we take Gizmo, he weighs 15, don't you?
He's considered a little dog.
He's a little dog, so he goes, we've never seen a problem in the dog park.
No.
They just play. They run around and play and they sniff each other and
Yeah.
it's all good. But you got to keep your dog on a leash down here. It also says owner is responsible for picking up after pet. Some people put those little doggy signs in their yard that say no. They don't want your dog in their yard because obviously some dog owner didn't pick up after his dog, made the property owner mad. Now he spoiled it for everybody. Dog owners are responsible for any injuries caused by their dogs. I'm always amazed at how many people walk up to Gizmo and say, oh, how cute. And, they want to touch him on the face and pet him. We let them, but if he ever bites them, it's a bad deal.
Yeah.
You're responsible. And only this is one I didn't know, and this is pretty crazy here. Only dogs that are spayed or neutered are allowed in the dog parks. Did you know that?
No. I didn't ask the owners that.
That is a rule. Do they have a guy that comes around and checks under the tail of every dog to see?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's on page 2 of the book. So good stuff there. We need to go faster or this is going to be like
Yeah, too long.
the Odyssey. All right, page 3, emergency phone numbers. All the basics, the fire departments, the ambulance, gas leaks, etc. That's page 3. Very helpful. Going on to page 4, you've got your administration numbers. The automated tea time system number is here. Country club administration, even box office to get your tickets. We went to 4 shows in February before they shut all this down. That was fun, wasn't
That
it?
was a blast.
We went and saw the Grassroots. Remember them? Temptation Eyes.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, love is going to get you.
Right.
We went and saw
Lord of the something.
the Lords of 52nd Street. That's Billy Joel's band. They rocked.
They were great.
They were really good. Who else? Oh, we saw the Gatlin Brothers. Man,
Yes.
what a great show.
And the one at the country place.
Yeah, we went off campus. We went to the Orange Blossom Opry, which is a cool place.
It's really nice.
And we saw B.J. Thomas, and that guy,
He did a great show.
it was fabulous show. Fabulous. So anyway, that's here for you. All the recreation complexes, phone numbers are on page 4. You want to call Rohan, you want to call Finney, you want to call Lake Meona, Colony Cottage, Eisenhower. It's all right there for you. There are some maps in here, other odds and ends. On page 7, you have some interesting information. Resident photo ID cards, the little green card. When you go play golf, you have to present your card. When you sign up for stretching,
Yeah, when you go into the rec center, you have to show your card. And guests will also have to show their cards when they come here.
and when you drive in, even if you're within the villages and you move from one neighborhood to the next, there's a gate and an arm, and you have to put a key card up to an electronic device, and it'll read it and open it. Gate cards, the information on how to obtain and replace those is here on this page. There are bulletin boards at all the postal facilities. And she'll tell you there's also an ATM machine. We use it quite a bit at the postal facility. Pretty neat. It talks to you about RV parking. Now, I gave somebody wrong information last week.
You did?
I did.
Oopsie.
I tell people, hey, we're only telling you what we think. It may not be right.
Uh-oh.
It's just what we think. Last week, a guy said, hey, can you park your RV on the villages? Do they have a place for that? I said, no, you have to go off campus. That's not true. It says here on page 7, the village's community has 2 RV storage facilities located in the village's industrial complex,
Wow.
next to the village of Alhambra. So,
Who knew?
as Johnny Carson would say,
What do you?
I did not know that. Adopt a bench. You'll see benches all throughout the villages. And
Yes.
maybe you have a loved one that passed and you want to buy a bench for them. You can do that. And they have, I guess they have, I read up on this a little bit. So again, it could be wrong, but you go through the villages. You can't just pick out a beautiful tree and say, I want to put a bench right there for Uncle Willie.
Yeah.
No. You have to go to a spot that's already been designated for a bench, and you pay for it. And there are lots of them around. It's pretty cool.
It's really nice
cool
to see those benches being used too, sitting by the ponds and relaxing.
If you're a veteran, it says here on page 7, you can, or someone can purchase a brick for you for the memorial, and they'll put that in.
And that's a beautiful place.
Yeah. So that's all on page 7. Pages 8 and 9 are restrictive covenants pages. See, we get questions about that, and I always just give my best answer, or I call and ask somebody, which is hard to do in the villages because everybody doesn't know the answer, and they might route you here to there, or whatever. It's hard. It's not easy to find answers. But here they are on page 8 and 9. I didn't know it. I'm sorry I put these on. Man, until I was about 50, no problemo. But now, I can't even eat supper without these things. Am I eating broccoli or peas? I don't know.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
It tells you things like, I'm not going to go through all of them, there's too many. Window air conditioners are prohibited. Only central air. Dwellings must be at all times kept in good repair and adequately painted and clean. Prior to being placed curbside, no rubbish, trash, garbage, or other waste material shall be kept or permitted on any home site except in plastic bags located in appropriate areas, concealed from public view. I say hallelujah. That's a good rule.
Yeah. Well, that means no garbage cans. What else does that mean, though?
It means don't stack your bags outside up against your house for 6 days waiting for the trash man.
Oh, true.
See,
Well, a lot of people do it the night before and put it out, which is fine.
It is?
I think so.
Are you sure?
Well, no.
It probably is fine. I haven't seen any garbage police. Lawn ornaments. Some neighborhoods prohibit lawn ornaments. You know, if you drive through Spanish Springs, which we like, you're going to see a lot more leeway than you see down here.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, that we don't, we're a new neighborhood. You know, we're not as lax in the lawn ornament situation. Landscaping shall be maintained to provide a neat and clean appearance. Removal of weeds, dead plants, grass clippings, trash, and debris is required. Good rule.
Mm-hmm. Modifications. Alterations to the exterior of the home or lot require approval by the Architectural Review Committee. So you can't do anything to your home unless it's kind of reviewed and given permission.
I wouldn't say you can't do anything, but when it gets to a certain level of improvement, you have to get permission.
Okay.
No vehicles incapable of operation shall be stored on any home site. And so forth. And it talks about satellite dishes, signs, tree removals. You're not supposed to remove any tree with a trunk more than 4 inches without getting approval. And that's district.
Yeah. And it's
wide.
supposed to be, restriction on residential is supposed to be one family per home. You can't have two
Single
families.
family, okay. And it's right here in this book, which we didn't know had all these really good bits of information. And if you want to do something to your home that requires approval, there's a form to fill out. You can see it. You fill that out and they will approve or not approve it. Public safety on page 12. It'll give you the numbers of all of the things like where can you get CPR classes, where can you get a weather radio, the AED program. Those are the defibrillators that are located throughout the neighborhoods that we've talked about on our drives, smoke detectors, that kind of thing.
Next page tells about Community Watch, which is really a neat program. If you're gone for a while, or you're on vacation, or you're a snowbird, or a snowflake, or whatever, you can have the community come by and check your home, and they will do certain things for you. It depends on what you want them to do, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, don't they, they drive by to see if there's anybody has compromised your home? I don't know what else.
Page 19 is interesting and important to read. It tells you who needs an ID card, a guest ID card also. If you're 1 year old or older, you need a guest ID card. Why would a 2-year-old need a guest ID card?
Maybe they're just trying to see how many people are in the neighborhood. Maybe they don't want to see a 2-year-old or under somebody walking around or crawling around lost. I don't know.
You know, that's like, you know, they don't charge you for these. They're free. But
Yeah.
But is it Disney or the theme parks that charge you for ages 2 and up?
Yeah.
So you're age 2, you have to pay $100 to go into Disney World?
Yeah.
You're not even going to remember it.
No, you're not. Should be 5 and under free, right?
I think so. And it tells you how to obtain those cards. You fill out an application out online. It's very easy, and you pick them up at a rec center. And if you use it inappropriately, let's say someone gives their ID card to someone else to use, you get caught, you can lose your privilege.
Yeah, you
It's
could.
written right here on page 19. Golf cart rules are on page 21. That's something great for anybody to read.
Right.
Yeah, I want to send you to that school. What is it?
I don't know, Golf Academy? School?
Golf cart safety?
Yeah, golf cart safety, yeah.
I thought I sent her to it already.
No. I end up going to a class. He signed me up, and it ended up being a Golf Academy, how to use the point system or the sign-up system to play golf, which took about 3 or 4 hours. It was a long day. And I'm going, what?
Have you used that?
No.
Do you plan on using it?
No.
Yeah, you want the golf cart clinic, not the good golf clinic.
Good golf clinic. Yeah.
But page 21 has some great things about golf cart rules and safety tips. Please read that and understand it. Page 23 will give you lots of helpful numbers for seniors versus crime, Social Security Administration on the trash recycling and collection, the post office, veterans, voters registration, water and sewer, auto registration. Just a lot of good numbers there for you that will come in handy when you're a resident here. Page 24 in here is a map of golf courses. Page 25, 26, 27 are all about the golf courses, the championship golf, the tennis, things like that. And phone numbers for each one of them if you need to reach them to make tee times or have a question. Lots of information about that. It goes on page 31 to talk to you about water. Water is important here. Without water, our grass would all brown out and die. So we irrigate. It tells you the do's and don'ts and recommended zone run times. And
Yeah, you just don't go out and water your lawn every day. You've got a certain time, or not time, but how many times per week to conserve the water here in Florida.
There's pages 32 and 33 are about clean water, and then one with area libraries. There's a bunch of them on here. So if you'd like to go to the library like we do, you can find out where they look. A page on registering to vote, lots of community information. Then it has a page devoted to each county, Marion County, Sumter County, and Lake County, that tell you all the county offices. So if you need to use them, you know, this would have been valuable if you would have thought to look at this a long time ago.
Sorry, got stuck in a drawer.
Well, this is the new one, 2020. You get one every year. And then that's about it for the information. The next part of the book is a listing of all the businesses within the village in alphabetical order. So that's kind of cool. I mean, if you know you're looking for a certain business, you can find the number alphabetically. After that, they have the resident listings, which we are in, and it's optional. You can decide you don't want to be listed. But they're in here, and there are 485 pages of people listed alphabetically. After that listing comes the one you mentioned earlier.
By state.
By state. So you can go to Alabama and you can look up everybody that's listed that lives in Alabama. That's pretty cool.
I come from Alabama, yeah.
Yeah, that originally were from Alabama. We've done that for Indiana. We found out who the Indiana people are and discovered a lot of people we know that lived here. We didn't even know they lived here. So that's really neat. For every state, but not only states. At the end of that is for every other country.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We get contact from people from Great Britain on occasion, and there are about 2 pages of Great Britain. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah. After that, the state and country directory there, you'll find the yellow pages. And, there's government offices first, and then yellow pages, all the government offices, but plenty of government phone numbers in here. but the yellow pages. And that's it. And you have this book. Once you get here, don't do what we did.
Don't put it in a drawer.
Yeah. Keep this out and use it because it's a very handy thing. And I think a lot of your questions, just like a lot of ours, could have been answered. So we're going to wrap it up. Gizmo, come here. Did you say goodbye? Did you say goodbye?
Oh, he's giving it a kiss. Yeah. That's Gizmo 2.
Hope you enjoyed our look at the Village's residential directory.
Until next time.
See you when you get here.